What's up, everybody? I got a sad. Why should I even bother saying I'm sad? I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm sure you all know by now that Sony has raised the price of their PlayStation Plus service, online service. I got my PlayStation 5 at Christmas of 2022. So immediately upon receiving it, I didn't subscribe in the beginning. Well, I subscribed to a month of it. And then you all know the debacle I did with Xbox. I went and stupidly brought it to GameStop and traded it for an Xbox Series X. And within a week, I had complete buyer's remorse. I was angry. So I took the Series X back to GameStop with all the games I bought for it. And amazingly enough, I got enough back that I bought a PlayStation 5 again. And this time I got the God of War Ragnarok bundle, so I got that game free with it. Well, it wasn't free. I paid an extra $60 for it in the box, but you know what I'm saying. They didn't have the one without the game anymore for $500, so I had to pay the additional $559 plus tax. But anyway, after I got it again, hooked it all up, I bought a whole year of PlayStation Plus for $119.99. It was a great deal. As a matter of fact, the pricing structure was a no-brainer because if you paid by the month, they charged you twice as much. A month of the package I got, PlayStation Plus, was $17.99. With taxes, it came out to be almost about $20. But if you bought the yearly subscription, it was only $119.99, thus chopping it pretty much in half. No brainer, right? Got to do the annual. I'm paying half price for it. Great! That's awesome! I love PlayStation. Well, here we are 5-6 months later. Sony announces that they're going to raise the price of PlayStation Plus. And normally you would think, okay, well, I get that. They're only going to raise it maybe $10. All companies. No! It's going from $119.99 to $159.99. $40 more. And then you're going to have taxes on that. At $160, that's probably going to be more like $180. I paid about $131 with taxes for it when it was $119. So, yeah, this is insane. And Sony wants to say it's because of inflation. I call BS on that. You're not doing this because of inflation. You're doing it because you can. PlayStation is far superior to Xbox, and they know it. So, they're going to gouge you. Pair that with the fact that they just announced that they sold 40 million PlayStation 5s in less than 3 years. So, most people have a PlayStation instead of an Xbox. They've got most of the core audience of video gaming pretty much. I'm sorry. This is corporate greed. This really is. They say inflation, I say they're lying. They're doing it because they can. And you know, what angers me is we are in what I call, I don't care what they say, we're in a huge recession as far as I'm concerned. I went shopping today for groceries. I went to Walmart and a local grocery store here in Baton Rouge named Carter's. And I was blown away by the prices. A can of A1 steak sauce is $10. So you'd say, okay, well, I like Heinz 57. It's usually cheaper. Can I get that? $7. And it just goes on and on. I'm looking at steaks. A 3-pack of steak is $30. And just on and on. A bag of chips is freaking $6. A package of Oreos is $6. What the hell? So, but that's food. I have to feed my family, myself. So, you know, I'm going to pay for that before I pay for PlayStation Plus. So I think Sony made a big mistake here, because this is not something that you have to have. This is a want, not a need. And I'm sorry, I'm not renewing it at that price. I don't even think the other packages are a good deal. You know, they have 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus. The first one is called Essential. That's the one that just gives you online multiplayer and like 2 games a month that you can play during the month. That's going from $69.99 to $79.99. I misquoted. I apologize. That's going from $59.99 to $79.99. A $20 increase. And for what? Just to play the damn thing online. Because nobody likes the games they offer every month. I don't ever download them or claim them because they're stupid. It's dumb stuff. They're not putting big AAA blockbusters on there like Spider-Man. No, you're getting garbage. But that's going to be $80. Then the extra plan, which includes PlayStation 4 games and select PlayStation 5 games, is going all the way up to $134.99. $135. And again, plus tax. Then you get to the package I love, the premium. The premium has games from every generation of PlayStation. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and then you get the extra with the 4 and 5. There's over 1,000 games to play on this. I did a video previously on how much better I thought that PlayStation Plus was over Xbox Game Pass. And a lot of it had to do with the price and the amount of games. Now, they still have over 1,000 games. That's great compared to Xbox Game Pass's measly 300. But, I mean, again, the prices are getting outrageous for this stuff. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'm not going to renew it at $160 a year. You got another thing coming. I figure I will just go back to the way I used to play games. Just go buy a game, even if it's $70. Buy it, play it, you know? I mean, it takes a long time to play these games anyway. Several months, usually. So, I mean, at $160 a year, what's the point of paying that? If you're going to be playing the same game every day for several months, well then, that's not worth it because you're only playing one game. So, I have a feeling I'm going back to just buying the games a la carte and playing them that way. And, you know, I'm really upset because I love the service. I think it's a great service. Because if I don't pay for this, I don't get PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 games. Because those have to be streamed over the internet to the PS5. Because it's not backwards compatible with any of those systems. It's only backwards compatible with PlayStation 4. So, that sucks. I really think Sony screwed up here. I'm angry. Because I love PlayStation. I don't want to get an Xbox. You know, I love what Sony has to offer. And I'm not trashing Xbox. Don't get that idea. I'm not a Sony pony, okay? I just feel that Xbox is a very unreliable brand. They they do all these demonstrations of games. They say they're coming, then they delay them forever, and then when they come out, they don't run at all very well. Like Redfall was a failure, and now already we're seeing negative reviews on Starfield, saying that it's extremely buggy on the Xbox, runs smooth like butter on PC, but is horrible on the Xbox consoles. So there's a whole debacle with Xbox and Microsoft, I think, with their hardware. And I don't want to spend big bucks on that brand because I think you don't get a great outcome in the long run. You end up feeling disappointed. Like I told you in one of my previous videos, I got an Xbox Series X, invested heavily in it, and then I felt ripped off. So I took all that stuff back to GameStop and got my PS5 back. Because it didn't even take a week until I felt ripped off because there was just nothing there. Most of what I was playing is on PlayStation 5. But the games that I would be missing because they were PlayStation exclusives, there was nothing there that Xbox was offering as an equivalent that I was interested in. I want you to think about this. PlayStation has a lot of mascots. You know, they got God of War, Spider-Man, soon to come Wolverine. They got a ton of mascots. There's more. I'm not thinking about it right now. Nintendo has Super Mario, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda. The only mascot I can think of that Xbox has is Halo, Master Chief. Every time you see them advertise an Xbox, you see Master Chief. But that's it. There's nothing else. So I just don't feel that I want to spend $600 on a console that's not going to give me a whole lot of use outside. You know what I mean? So I'm not trashing Xbox. If that's your platform of choice, game on, man. I'm with you. I don't care. Here I am trashing PlayStation, am I not? So here you go. I'm trashing PlayStation for this move. This was stupid. And you know what else is stupid? Their PlayStation Portal. I'm not going to do another video on that. But that is a stupid idea. The idea of it's stupid and the price of it's stupid. Because I can remote play my PlayStation 5 on all my Apple products. I can use it on my Apple iPhone and my Apple Mac computer. I've never thought about using it on my Apple TV because, of course, it's hooked up to my TV. But, I don't know. Maybe you could do that. I don't have an iPad, but you can remote play it to your iPad, too. So, I mean, I get a lot of use out of my PlayStation. I wouldn't get that out of Xbox. Xbox, you can only remote play to Windows, basically on PCs. So I can't remote play it to my Mac, which is another reason why I took it back. It didn't seem like a good idea. It didn't seem like it benefited me much. But so I'm going to end this rant. I'm just going to say I'm very disappointed in Sony in this. And I don't know who's running the show over there, but they're making some stupid choices. This was stupid. You're going to lose a lot of customers based on this. I'm telling you now. Because they're not even offering anything new with this. Like most companies, when they increase the price, they offer you some kind of incentive and they give you a little more to make up for it. They're not doing that. This service wasn't really worth what I paid for it when I first got it. But I had the hardware, so it was like a no-brainer. I mean, look, my subscription doesn't actually end until next March. Things could change. But at this point, if it just stays the same the way it is now, I have a hard time thinking I'm going to renew that. I mean, I might when tax time hits, which is usually around that time. But again, I'm the kind of guy that I think about these things heavily before I do that. Before I subscribe, you could ask my wife. She gets aggravated with it. I do all these figures, and if I do this, make room for this. I cut other bills and all that stuff. I do the whole thing, you know. I try to, well, I could do this, and this will cut $10 off here, and then this. So I don't know. I think 160 a month plus tax is way too much to ask for what they're giving us. I mean, I thought 120 plus tax was too much, but at least it was half off if I was buying it monthly, you know. If I paid monthly, I'd be paying twice as much. Now, they haven't announced whether they're raising the monthly tiers or not. If they don't, see, this is where they get you. They say that you will still get a discounted rate on the annual subscriptions. And yes, even if the prices stay the same where they're at, you are paying less than what you would pay if you paid annually and paid it all up front. I did the math. It would be over $220 or $30 if you paid monthly in 12 months. So at 160, you're still getting a heavy discount. But again, it deals with how much are you getting for what you're paying. And when it was 120, it was still kind of, I don't want to, but I've got the system. I could enjoy this. All right, I'll pay it, 120 a year. Now you're asking for a $40 increase, $160 a year plus tax. And you're not giving the customer anything extra. They could do all kinds of stuff. I don't have a PSVR 2. I don't really want one. I'm not into VR, but you know, you could put VR games on the subscription service, you know. That would be a great add-on for people that bought that hardware. Give them VR games. Maybe make maybe make premium into a third tier and create a fourth tier. Move the pricing a little bit down, and then make the 160 the one with the VR. There's all kinds of stuff they could do to make this a great service. But we know we know from their past that they're not thinking about that. It's all about cha-ching, money. So I'm very disappointed in you, Sony. I may not be renewing next March. Now you've got another, how long is it until then? You got September, October, November, December, January, February, March. You got another 7 months to show me why I should pay $160 a year for this service. I'm not going with the other two tiers. I'm not going to downgrade because I don't think they're worth anything at all. The premium to me had the best value because you got all those 1,000 games and you could play from all the different generations. The streaming was excellent. I mean, it might as well have been native because I never got a hiccup in it. So, I mean, again, you're going to have to prove to me why I need to pay that. And if in 7 months nothing's changed, I'm canceling. Sorry. I've got more important stuff I need to pay for. Rent for my trailer. Groceries to feed my family. Again, rent for my trailer to keep my family living in a home with air conditioning and toilets and important stuff so we're not living on the street in a cardboard box. So again, I think this is a shame. I mean, I'm probably going to go back to paying $70 a game, and that's it. Okay, I'm rambling now, so I'll see y'all on the flip side.